So, I was watching television today. I'm watching Daniel Negreanu play a World Series of Poker bracelet event. It's a event number 50. It's a $2,100 entry, six max bounty. And he made a comment about people were trying to get him to try to win a $500 bounty, putting his tournament life at stake. And he said that basically was a bad idea, and he was trying to draw out a analogy to try to make it so people understood his goal is to win the tournament, not just to win $500, because $500 to him is worth virtually nothing. And to draw that out, um, I basically asked ChatGPT to help me out. And so I asked it, Daniel Negreanu, one of the most famous poker players, boasts a net worth of $70 million. dollars. My net worth is $100,000. I don't know if that's accurate, but let's use it as an example. If Daniel won $500, what would that be like me winning? And so ChatGPT came back and said, your net worth to Daniel Negreanu and find the equivalent of him winning 500. We can set up a proportion based on the ratio of your net worths. The calculation is Daniel's win divided by Daniel's net worth equals your win divided by your net worth, which is the equivalent of 500 divided by 70 million equals X over 100,000. So he's saying that solve for X for my equivalent win, and X equals 500 times 100,000 divided by 70 million equals 50 million divided by 70 million equals 71.43. So Daniel winning 500,000 would be like you winning about $71.43. And I said, what is 70 million divided by 100,000? And it came back with the correct answer, which would be 700. And I said, so 70 million divided by 100,000 equals 700. So would not the answer be 500 divided by 700? ChatGPT said, you're absolutely right. Since Daniel Negreanu's net worth is 700 times larger than yours, the equivalent of him winning $500 would indeed be 500 divided by 700 equals 0.714. So Daniel winning 500 is like you winning approximately 71 cents. I asked it, how did you get that wrong the first time? It replied, I initially overcomplicated the calculation by setting up a proportion and multiplying when it wasn't necessary. The simpler and more direct way was to compare the net worths by dividing 500 by 700, as you pointed out. Thanks for catching that. I'll be sure to simplify calculations like that in the future. I really bet. Okay. And I said, you actually had the equation correct, but you did the math error. You had 50 million divided by 70 million, which is correct, but you came up with 71.43, and it should have been 0.7143. It replies, you're absolutely right again. I made an error in the division, confusing the decimal result. The correct calculation of 50 million divided by 70 million is 0.7143. Should have been 0.7143, not 71.43. I appreciate your sharp observation and patience. Thanks for pointing that out. Now, why would I bring this out? Well, I do have a degree in math, physics, and computer technology, but frankly, one thing I'm good at is looking at an equation and guesstimating what the answer should be. Then we'll work the math and see if the answer comes close to my guesstimate. If it's not close, then obviously there's a mistake. You cannot always trust artificial intelligence. You cannot trust ChatGPT all the time. It's a good tool. It can help. If you're being lazy, it can work things out for you, but you need to check your work.